I'm really good there working with Stag. Stag works for different denim jeans brands around the world as consultants and has a store in London. We're going to show you how to look after your jeans and get the best from them. I'm going to show you how to fray jeans. Very simply, the reason why people want to fray jeans is to make them look authentic and old and so on. So you need to be a bit careful. So if you fray jeans that's very dark in colour, it's not going to quite look natural. So perhaps it's a good idea to try and work with fraying on jeans, on used or jeans that have matured a little bit over time, and you want to progress it to the next level. So fraying, the results that you're really looking for are this sort of results, I suppose, where you get a feel that the jeans have been worn for quite a long time and so on. So these jeans are actually new, but they've been replicated to look like old jeans. So it's a good starting point to see where you want to be perhaps, and the stress points and where you want the fraying to happen. So first we'll decide where you want the fraying. Normally where there's most wear, so you have the cinch there and the side of the cinch where there's a lot of wear, top of the pockets, there, the bottom of the leg and so on. This is perhaps where someone would have actually turned their jeans up and it's left a line. You may want to do that. Around the knees occasionally. Now when you want to fray, a few things, very, very easy to do the process, but the most hardest bit is to actually locate and make it look as organic, as natural as possible. So that's the trick really. So what you do is you get a piece of sandpaper, the lightest sandpaper that you can get, so nothing very, very heavy and durable. Unless you want a lot of heavy fraying, then obviously you just go slightly deeper in the weight of the sandpaper, but really I would prefer to use much lighter sandpaper. And the idea is that you actually use water as well. You wet the sandpaper slightly and you work away at the edges, at the bottom where you want it frayed. Now if you look very carefully, the stitch detail there is still fully intact. And basically if you had actually attacked that with sandpaper, it would have given you a very nice effect, but it would mean that the actual hemming would have come undone. So really you want to keep it at the bottom, away from the stitching. Again the same there. And they've done a bit of fraying there around the edges, but you can still see they've been very, very particular to not override on the stitch detail there. So the fraying, you need to be a bit careful. People use wire brushes with the rotator on it, they use sandpaper, they use different things. And in fact, a lot of factories use the same way of doing it. They normally use a wire brush machine. And you can normally say when you see a jean that's handcrafted, you can see the difference, because quite often it's actually notable that if a lady is actually doing the treatment in the factory, you get slightly lighter distressing, and if a guy is doing it, it's normally slightly heavier by the hand, and you see heavier distressing. So you can actually sometimes work out who's done the distressing. If you have two pairs of jeans side by side and you see one that's slightly more distressed than the other, you know how the factory's done it. There's some more fraying around the top and so on. Always be very, very careful not to override on the stitch detail, because then you unravel it and you weaken the jean even more. Obviously, when you distress a jean, if you put it at the wrong location, if you do it by the knee or so, you will start a chain reaction up, because you haven't sewn around it. You'll start fraying more and more, and over a period of time, you'll wither that into a much bigger hole, perhaps. If you want to fray it, there's other ways of, or there's particular ways of fraying. You want to do it light by the touch, you want to use soft sandpaper, so you're actually attacking the surface of the denim. If you do it too aggressively, you progress it into a hole. So these are the things that you need to bear in mind. So the sort of tools you can use are sandpaper, you can use wire brush rotator, you can use other bits and pieces that come in your hand that have got some coarseness on it. If you were wanting to do it the authentic way that we do it in the business when we work for other companies, we use rubber gloves or by hand, weathering the jean away, but that will take you years to get to the right level. So if you want a quick fix, it's normally light sandpaper, water. And then obviously when you wash it down regularly. If you're going to wash the jean, if you want to keep it dry, then it's not a good look anyway. So if you're going to weather it down, you need to wash it, and that will bring out the colours. So you can actually do it stage by stage. So you do your first level, which is very light, wash it, let it dry, see the results, then go in again over a period of time, and that's when you get the best results. So that's how you fray a pair of jeans.